Morning. Postman been yet?
Nah, not yet. Must be late.
Maybe today of all days. I don't suppose Greta Garbo showed up either.
No.
What, is Jack missing then?
Yes.
Must have been a hell of a row.
I keep telling you, Joe, we didn't have a row. Oh, hang on. Oh, yes, I'll tell him. It wasn't you, Joe. Field merchant. He'll be here at 4 o'clock.
Sarah thought it might be the Wandering Minstrel.
I would have expected some contact in 18 hours, yes.
You know what Jack's like when he's in a huff.
For the last time, he wasn't in a huff.
He just decided to take a holiday, did he?
Yes.
Without telling anyone?
Yes.
Without packing a bag?
Yes.
Just taking an old rucksack?
It's called being adventurous.
It's called having the ump.
Problem with the alarm, Alan?
Henry, just needs updating, that's all.
What?
I'm replacing it.
The old alarm gave us good service for years.
Yes, I know.
And it still works properly and all.
Henry, I know you don't like any of my newfangled notions, but this thing is technologically very advanced. Look, here's the manual.
Didn't need a manual with the old one, you just switched it on.
Henry, this is state-of-the-art. Electronic. It will pick up a feather dropping after closing time, this thing.
Good job, Amos. It's still here then. His snoring used to rattle glass with window frames. He'd have had that going in no time, wouldn't he, Henry?
Seth, I rather wanted a word with you.
I'm doing a job for Mrs. Feldman.
Yeah, well, this won't take long. It's about another of my newfangled notions. I just wanted to speak to you a moment. Henry, would you mind?
Postman's still not been? I see he has, and there's nothing for me.
No, Joe, there isn't.
Yeah, well, I'll get back to Missile then.
Joe, I know you're expecting something from Mum today.
Yeah, I must admit I was.
And I know it's not the same, but, well, here's a card from me and Mark anyway. Happy anniversary, Joe.
Thanks.
We can't know what Kate's going through in there. You do have to bear that in mind.
Even when she's acting like this?
Especially when she's acting like that.
Oh, I'll get it.
Maybe you're right, Mum. And Rachel, I appreciate this.
Oh, hi, Alison.
No,
Yeah.
That's Rachel's friend. Oh, this is getting ridiculous.
Calm down, Sarah.
Calm down. The AI man's coming today. The fertilizer needs putting on the silage grass. The missile needs mucking out, and Jack just swans off. Well, hasn't anyone else got anything to say about this?
I think you've said it all, Sarah.
You mean you want me on wireless?
Well, it would seem your voice is best suited to the Woolpack commercial. Yes, Seth.
I'm speechless, Mr. Turner.
That's an unfortunate affliction in the circumstances. But I take it that means yes.
Ever since I were in it, I've always wanted to be on wireless.
Well, I'm glad to make one of your boyhood dreams come true, Seth.
Thank you very much, Mr. Turner.
Not at all. Don't mention it. Now then.
How much?
I beg your pardon?
What do I get? What do they call it? Appearance money.
All right. Well, there are a couple of free drinks for you in the Woolpack. Now then.
How many are a couple, Mr. Turner?
4 pints, sir. OK. 6 pints.
Is that Skipdale ale?
Well, that's what we serve in the Woolpack, yeah.
Not enough. If it were Ephraim Monks's, 6 would be enough, but Skipdale ale? I should need double that.
I don't follow that, sir. You don't like the ale, so you want double the amount.
That makes sense to me.
Oh, all right. 8 pints. Right. Now, assuming that's settled, this is what I want you to say.
So I'll get on with that. You get on at Lambs.
Right.
Take the bear bike to get up there.
OK.
Joe!
Was it important?
Alison rang.
Oh, your friend from Leeds.
Yeah, she's invited me up next week. Have a look around. I thought I'd better tell Joe straight away with Jack being off.
Well, I best get on.
No, hang on a minute. Do you fancy coming with me next week?
You what?
Look, I've already said this. I don't want this university thing to become a battle between the two of us. That's why I thought it'd be nice if you came along. So you could be involved from the start in any decisions I make.
Yeah, well, at least that way I can keep an eye on you, I suppose.
That isn't quite what I meant.
It's very nice, Elsa.
Picked it up in his charity shop in Houghton. It's only a 10. Just hope I can squeeze into it.
Oh, breathe in and stay clear of sticky puddings, that's my tip.
No, I don't think I'll be eating much tonight anyway. Just to get out's enough for me.
Oh, how's my little niece then? Gosh, she's putting on weight and she's getting some real colour in her cheeks too.
Is this a new dress, Elsa? Oh, hallelujah. I'm actually visible after all.
Sorry?
Yeah, I never realised it before, you know. But no one ever sees mums. If you're pushing a pram down the street, you can have whole conversations with folk without them once looking up at you.
Oh.
And if they're not peering into the pram all the time, then they're asking you about the baby instead. You know, is she sleeping okay? How many times has she burped today?
You really are looking forward to tonight, aren't you?
Oh, just to get out of the house. To go somewhere different and talk about anything but babies. I really envy you, you know, Kathy. You can do that every night of the week if you want.
Tell you the truth, I'm looking forward to tonight just as much as you are.
You'll soon change your tune after the 6th nappy change and the 5th feed.
Don't you believe it, Elsa. Now make sure she gets some sleep today. I want her wide awake when her Auntie Kathy comes round.
Oh, my goodness.
Where's that coming from?
State of the art, eh? Electronic.
Just small teething problems, Henry.
We never had this trouble with the old alarm.
It'll all be sorted out soon.
It's been going on for 5 minutes.
Yes, but
If that electrician can't stop it, what am I supposed to do when I'm on my own?
as I've already explained, there is a manual.
Oh, that's a very good idea, that is. I'll chuck the manual at it, shall I?
Oh, what on earth is going on?
It's just a minor technical hitch,
As
Caroline.
I said, it's been technically itching for the last 5 minutes.
You can hear it all over the village.
Well, I'm sure it'll all be sorted out soon.
Oh, like I said before, he's been saying that for the last 5 minutes.
And there you are, you see. Just as I said, just a temporary hiccup.
If you ask me, Alan, this new alarm is like most of your brainwaves.
Well, I don't ask you, actually, Henry.
Expensive, harebrained, and worst of all, they don't work.
I'm really getting rather tired of that man.
Oh, Alan.
He is deliberately trying to make the worst of everything.
Oh, Alan.
You can't install an alarm system like this without a few teething problems, can you?
For heaven's sake, can't you stop it doing that?
It has got rather a piercing tone, hasn't it? And it's new and it's different. And Henry has had to cope with a lot of new and different things these past couple of months.
I'm trying to understand, aren't I? And the sooner he goes, the better.
Hi, Joe. Any sign of Jack yet?
No.
I don't suppose it's a very good time to ask if I can have some time off next week, then.
Oh, I got something planned, have you?
Well, I want to go to Leeds, have a look around.
Of course you can have time off to do that. That's your future, Rich.
Thing is, I'd quite like to take Michael. In fact, I promised him.
There's no problem there. I'm just glad you're getting yourself organised.
I wish Michael saw it like that. Main reason I've invited him, if you want the truth. He got quite moody at the thought of me going up there all on my own.
Getting jealous already, is he?
I mean, goodness knows what it's going to be like when I actually go in October.
You'll get used to it.
Still, it's getting me down. He should be pleased for me. Instead, his face sets every time I mention university, or anything to do with it.
At least he shows he cares.
Joe? I'm sure Mum still cares as well, you know.
Yeah. Be nice to know that for sure, though, wouldn't it?
No, there's no message. Oh, well, if you do see him, could you... Oh, hang on. Come in! Yeah, if you do see him, can you tell him to give me a ring? But no, it's nothing urgent.
Still no news?
No.
Sir, I don't want to interfere, you know that.
But have we had some huge bust-up I haven't told you about? No, we haven't. Has Jack joined the Foreign Legion? Not to my knowledge. Or have I murdered him and hidden his body under the stairs? Definitely not. Although I must admit, I do feel tempted right now.
Well, something must have happened to have made him go off like that.
It did. He said he had a sense of adventure. I said he didn't.
And that was it.
That was it. Oh, come on, Robert. Your tea's on the table. And afterwards, you can help me finish this lot.
Oh, great.
I'm just in the mood. Now, Jack felt he wanted to rediscover his long-lost youth, so he's headed off for a couple of weeks. By now, he could be, well, anywhere.
You don't think... It just struck me. You don't think he's gone off to Italy again, do you?
He could be in Timbuktu, for all I know.
No, he isn't.
What?
No, he isn't.
What do you mean, Robert?
I saw him.
Yeah, all right, Robert. Come on, eat your tea up. Apart from anything I might feel, is it fair to Robert? What do I tell him?
Right, now, Seth. Remember what I said. Speak clearly and confidently. And no gabbling or spitting. I'm nervous about this, sir. It's just you haven't said a word all the way here. Oh, good heavens. Don't say you've got trouble with your voice, have you?
I'm conserving my voice, Mr. Turner.
Beg your pardon?
I'm protecting it. Like them opera singers do before a performance.
Let's get on, shall we?
You sure you don't mind, Henry?
Not at all.
I shouldn't be more than 10 minutes or so. I just want to check that Kathy's coping all right.
You go and spoil your granddaughter if that's what you want to do, Caroline.
All right.
I'm not a complete ogre, you know, despite what some people may think.
Henry, I know Alan's got an unfortunate manner sometimes, but he's not a complete ogre either, you know.
No, maybe not.
And I'm sure with a bit of goodwill on both sides, you two could rub along here quite nicely, really.
All right. Point taken, Caroline.
Hope so, Henry. I really do.
And it wasn't just this morning either. You should have seen the way Kathy looked at me just now.
Oh, dear.
I tell you, Dolly, when I walked out of Demdike tonight, she made me feel like I was some kind of freak for leaving Alice.
Well, Kathy does have a rather romantic notion of motherhood, doesn't she?
Yeah, every night I have to sit in there, trying not to make any noise, dreading her waking up. Kathy can go out whenever she wants. She can go to discos and parties if she wants, buy nice dresses if she wants, and then she envies me.
Oh, come on, Elsa. It's not all high life and high living for Kathy, you know.
Yeah, but it could be, couldn't it? Well, I'm only out tonight because she can't go. And then I have to hunt round charity shops in Houghton for something to wear. I daren't breathe out all night in case I bust the zip.
Well, I'm sure she'll understand a bit better when she's got kids of her own. Look, have you thought any more about this exercise class? Only I've found someone to run them in the village hall if I can get enough people interested.
Yeah, Nick mentioned something about that the other night.
Oh, come on, Elsa. It'd do you good to get out. Be a bit of a laugh.
Well, no offence, Dolly, but all that jumping around wasn't exactly what I meant by fun and excitement.
Might make getting into that dress a bit easier.
If I ever get to wear it again, or if I get another night out.
Just think. A few more hours out of the house. A few more hours where you don't have to sit around waiting for little Alice to wake up.
Yeah.
It's called the first lesson in basic survival for any new mum. Just take any chance you can get.
Right then, we'll put these things away for your mum. I suppose I better get you down for the night. Just a minute. Hiya, Mum. Oh, God, she's still up. Yeah. Oh, good. I haven't put her down yet. Enjoying myself too much.
Right, well, it's my turn to enjoy myself, so give her here a minute.
Go. Oh, she's just beautiful.
he'd have loved this one, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
It's funny, I was only thinking this morning. I bet you two would have beaten Nick and Elsa in the baby stakes.
I'd be lucky to even start.
That's a second.
What?
It's the second funny comment I've heard you make today, which is another reason why I've called round.
Oh, I really didn't mean anything.
Look, love, there's obviously something bothering you. So stop speaking in riddles, eh? If you want to talk about something, let's talk about it.
Seth! We really must get going.
Just fine-tuning the larynx, Mr. Turner.
We've got to be out of here by 7:30.
I've finished.
Oh, thank heaven for that. I think we're ready. Now, Seth, remember what I've told you. Breathe deeply and speak confidently and clearly.
I know. And no gabbling and no spitting.
Yeah, quite. Right, Seth. Off you go. Cue.
Don't sit in your local supping mouldy ale.
Look, hang on.
What's up, Mr. Turner?
You got the second line wrong, Seth.
No, I've had to change words a bit so I can get my tongue round your fancy phrases.
But that bears no resemblance to the second line I wrote.
Can I get on with it, Mr. Turner?
Oh, all right.
Don't sit in your local supping mouldy ale. Give your gob a great big
What?
by tearing off along the street to the Woolpack, Beckingdale. Where your junior host, Alan Turner.
There really is nothing wrong, Mum. Oh, no. What I mean is, it's probably just me. I never did like Chris's extravagance. You know that. The way he tries to buy himself into people's good books.
Go on.
Was gambling. The way he treats everything as if it's all a game. And now there's his work, which I know is taking up a lot of his time. And I understand, I really do. But there's no reason why everything else should get blocked out, is there? I sound like a real nag, don't I?
You sound very unhappy, love. What do you actually want from him, Kath?
Just to be, I don't know, happy.
So what can Chris do to make you happy? Kathy?
That's the trouble, I don't know, Mum.
You don't?
To tell you the truth, I think Chris would have to stop being Chris for that.
You're not making sense, love.
What I mean is that what I want and what Chris can give me, it may be two completely different things in the end.
Well, if that was true, Kath, there wouldn't be much hope for you and Chris, would there?
No. No, there wouldn't.
Still no sign of the Scarlet Pimpernel?
No. And what makes it worse is that Robert's obviously missing him. He's convinced he saw him.
Maybe he has.
No, the little fellow's just confused. His dad just disappears with no explanation. I suppose it doesn't help that I appear to be cross about it all.
You seem a lot calmer now.
Well, I'm trying to be for Robert's sake. But truthfully, I'm livid with him.
He'll turn up sooner or later. Convinced he's made his point.
I expect you're right. To tell you the truth, I'd forgotten it was yours and Kate's anniversary today till Annie reminded me. Sort of put me and Jack into perspective.
Yeah, well, you're not the only one that forgot.
No.
Still, Kate's probably got a lot on her mind, like Ma said. Far too busy to put pen to paper and write an anniversary card.
Look, Joe.
Yeah, I know. We don't know what hell she's going through in there.
No, we don't. And I know it's tough for you out here as well, but there's no point in getting all bitter about it, you know.
No?
Maybe the last thing you need right now is advice from me, Joe. But I've been in enough unhappy relationships to know that you really don't give up on the ones that are basically good. however hard that may be at times.
Emmerdale. Oh, hi, Jack. We were just talking.
Jack, where the hell are you?
Oh, you know, here, there. I've been travelling around, hitting the road, just like I said.
Jack, this really isn't funny anymore.
Yeah, well, it wasn't meant to be funny, Sarah. It was meant to prove a point.
And a pretty stupid point it is, too.
Yeah, well, at least you know I can still do it. I can still take off if I want to.
Oh, I see. Never mind about your responsibilities to me, the farm, and most of all, Robert. You know, I'm getting fed up with these futile games, Jack. So for once in your life, act like an adult and get back here right now. Jack? Jack!
All talk and no action, you said, remember? Yeah, well, now you know different.
Look, Jack, I said get back here right now.
Yeah, at least now I've proved my point. Oh.
You need some change, Jack?
No, it's all right, Henry. I've finished anyway.
Gotta keep working at them, Sarah.
What?
Relationships. Particularly the ones that are basically good. However hard they may seem at the time. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
He's changed practically every word.
Yes, Alan, you have mentioned that, actually.
Well, he's turned the whole thing into a sort of ditty, a comic rhyme.
Yeah, you've mentioned that as well.
Well, I spent hours on that commercial, you know that.
But how did it sound?
What?
The commercial, how did it actually sound?
Well, a great deal more down market than I intended, I tell you.
But?
But it had a certain amount of rustic charm, I suppose.
Yeah?
And the producer thought it was quite good.
Well, that's all that matters then, isn't it? Come on, Alan, you can walk me home. I want a word with you anyway. Seems to be my night for that tonight. When's the first broadcast then?
Well, they start tomorrow, I think. The first slot is at noon, I believe.
Oh, fingers crossed for a lot more trade from tomorrow night on then.
Oh, we could certainly do with that.
Something else we could do with, Alan. A better atmosphere in the bar between you and Henry.
Oh, he hasn't been causing trouble again, has he?
No. In fact, he's been helping on the bar tonight as a favour to me so I could pop out for a few minutes.
Oh.
You're not really serious about him going, are you? You couldn't be.
Well, I mean, the man just gets me on the raw. But no, I suppose I'm not.
So you'll try to be a bit more patient with him in the future?
Well, I suppose.
Because that wouldn't be very good for any new customers, would it? That kind of atmosphere in the bar.
Caroline, from now on, it will all be sweetness and light, believe me.
Good. As I've already said to somebody else this evening, let's make tomorrow a fresh start all round, shall we?
Oh, no.